Can I ask you about what's been happening of late with some of your top officials? Mm-hmm. Nearly a dozen of them, close aides, advisors in your government, have been indicted on public corruption charges. And we've seen the police commissioner, the schools chancellor at one point resign. That's unheard of in New York. What's that say about you and your leadership and your judgment?
First of all, it is heard of in New York. Go through the history. Many administrations had to deal with scandals. Many administrations had to deal with issues. It's all over the country. You know, these things happen in government, and particularly when you're focused on delivering for New Yorkers. You know, we made mistakes. There are people that we brought in government that was probably not ready to go into government. But we must forge ahead. And I think when you look at these 4 years of my role as mayor, people are going to see what we did for New Yorkers in spite of all the noise. More housing in year 1, 2, and 3 in the recorded history of the city, bringing down unemployment. Our economy is the strongest it's ever been. More jobs in New York in the city's history. What we have done around public housing, what we have done in education, our scores have increased in the city. So people are going to do an analysis. They're going to say, yes, there was a lot of noise that happened in this administration, like in other administrations. But let's look at what this mayor has done. In the city of New York, low-income New Yorkers no longer pay any income tax. We dropped the cost of child care from $220 a month to less than $20 a month. And when you start looking at what we've done around affordability in the city, and I like to say, I can't drop the cost of bread, but we put bread back in the pockets of working class people.
I don't know that we've seen quite what you call noise before, where the FBI has raided the police commissioner, the schools chancellor. Your top advisor just this week or last week was indicted for taking bribes because she wanted to go on a TV show. Like, what do you tell New Yorkers who just take a look at the headlines and say, enough of this?
Yeah, well, first of all, you say sorry to New Yorkers. That's my first thing I say. I don't want New Yorkers to read headlines of anything that happens in the city that's wrong. I want them to read headlines of the good things that we have done and how I improved their lives. As a working class mayor, I served the city as a police officer for 22 years, state senator, borough president, and now I'm the mayor. This is a city that I think is important. And for one reason only, I love New York. It's not a bumper sticker. It's not a slogan. This is a city that I love in all of its diversity. And being a mayor is a lot of responsibility, and I lived up to that responsibility. And some of the things that we saw in our administration, I thought was lawfare. It's still unimaginable to me that I was indicted for calling the fire department and asking them to do a building inspection and saying, if you can't do it, let me know, and I'll manage the expectation. And so it was clear that because of my willingness to fight for this city, that I paid the price for that. And it hurt my reputation, a reputation that was stellar. I didn't spend all my life in law enforcement to break the law. I've never broke the law. I never did anything to violate the trust of the people of the city.